Alright, it is time for everyone's favorite game mode, said no one ever, Alliance War. Oh my gosh, this game mode is, I think, my least favorite. It's so stressful, like it's way too stressful, and yeah, some of the fights, as you can see in this challenge, are super annoying. But you know what, here we have Hulkling versus Venom. This is one of the easier ones, thankfully. Yeah, Hulkling is crazy good for Path 3, and this is like the example for a Path 3 fight, and Venom here has like overwhelming odds, so that means like whenever he gains a buff, he gets extra attack from it as well. So he is honestly kind of annoying because if you mess up even once, you're gonna take a ton of damage and he's gonna be very unforgiving. So yeah, Venom on this node, honestly pretty scary. He gets a ton of kills, and yeah, for good reason. Like, he just does so much damage to you. Like, that one block hit took about like what, 20% of my life. That is just so fun. And yeah, I go back in, drop the SP2, and this matchup is just about over. So yeah, not too shabby at all. Hulkling just crushes it. He is one of the best champions for Alliance War, for Battlegrounds, for pretty much everything. And okay, do I feel bad for using rank 3 Photon because I know that pretty much no one else has this? Kind of, but also, if you really want to use Photon and you want to like match this gameplay, you can just boost up on your rank 5 or rank 5 ascended one. Now, there are like alternatives if you don't have Photon, like for example, for this Kindred, there is Silk, there is Titania, there is pretty much any Decay champion. They'll work very, very well. I saw Cassie Lang work pretty good too. But yeah, Photon is insane for this tactic because with the extra withers, she gains bonus ramp. And that means her damage output just gets supercharged, and yeah, there I get hit. Does it matter? No, because we're fine. We're chilling. We have rank 3 Photon. And yeah, that was like, what, a 30-something second fight? You'll love to see that. And here we have this Path 3 future Ant-Man again. This guy has the glancing armor up node. And he also has, I think, electric defense. But you know what? We're chilling because Hulkling with 1 pierce just shuts off future Ant-Man completely. So yeah, pretty straightforward fight here. Hulkling is just insane as per usual. And yeah, that's really about it. Just a pretty much nothing fight. Just have to play around future Ant-Man being future Ant-Man. Like right there, I did not do that, so I got hit. But it's okay. We just gotta, play it slow now. Go back in. He drops the SP1. I have my unblockable up, so I dropped the SP2. And yeah, some pretty good damage here. And now I go back in, doing some pretty nice damage on the block. And this matchup is as good as over. I think anyway. Yeah, look at this damage output. Hulkling is just so crazy good. I think he's such a fun champion too. So like, if you ever get Path 3 duty, oh, you're just chilling. Like, you get to use the second best champion in the game. Like, you are just gonna have a grand time. And a beautiful crit there as well. This is just a thing of beauty. And speaking of things of beauty, here is Hercules. Yeah, this is Red Skull. He got buffed. He's now really annoying. And yeah, he's on this ebb and flow knockdown node. But Hercules can still take him despite him not being a tactic attacker. It's pretty cool because, how this works is Hercules is the best champion in the game, and that means he just does things that he shouldn't be able to. It's a weird, it's a weird system, but hey, that's how it is. That's how he was made, so that's like just what they gotta deal with, right? But yeah, here I drop the heavy attack, does some okay damage, but yeah, Red Skull is honestly pretty annoying now. If you didn't watch my other video about Red Skull, he is honestly very, very annoying now, and him having this tactic as well does not do any favors for any of us. But yeah, here he drops the SP1, no big deal. I drop the heavy attack, and we are just chilling. But here I drop the SP1 again, no big deal. And yeah, this fight is going pretty well so far. Red Skull, if you play around him, he isn't the worst thing out there, but he is still pretty annoying. Here I go for the intercept, and I get it, thankfully. And yeah, so far so good. He goes for the heavy attack, no big deal. Then he drops the SP1. I go in with my heavy attack here, and we are just not looking good because there is a tactic finally doing something. And yeah, here I dropped the SP2, I believe, after he just, you know, hits my block 1,000 times. No big deal. Drop the SP2. It does some pretty poor damage, except for the final hit, which thankfully did some pretty good damage. And yeah, we are, you know, we're getting it done. Very slow fight, but Red Skull is, you know, going down surprisingly, so I'll take it. But yeah, we go in for another heavy attack, and this matchup is kind of over, I think, anyway. Just kidding, he does that, which is super annoying. Yeah, that's fun. We go for the intercept though, then we drop the relic, I believe, into the heavy attack again, and this should do it. It should be close to like the end anyway. I hope so, because man, this fight has been going on forever now. Just a very annoying fight, but hey, we got it done. And yeah, that was like what, 2 or 3 minutes, I assume? Yeah, like 2 minutes plus. That's so fun. And speaking of 2-minute plus fights, oh my gosh, we have this Sasquatch fight. Someone save me from this. This is, I have to commentate through all this. Oh my gosh. Okay. I've done it before. I can do it again. Let's just see. So this Sasquatch is a rank 3 one, has over 500,000 health, and has the most annoying node set in the game. For me at least, because this man has ebb and flow knockdown, but also right back at it. And that's annoying because when you get to like the 40% phase, he has the regen, right? And you usually stop that with like a ton of debuffs. However, when he has right back at it, you can't stop the regen with the debuffs, and it is a rank 3 Sasquatch, so that regen is just really, really big. So it kind of just comes down to, okay, you kind of have to play the fight with him like in that protection phase for the entire 40%, and it is super annoying, just like really, really annoying. But yeah, it's not fun. It's definitely not fun, because he also has the sugar pill tactic, he has the unstoppable. Oh, he just has so many nodes and so many like fun interactions. This fight was so fun back then, and it's just so much fun right now. I'm having the time of my life with this, with a rank 3 Photon, by the way. This is still a rank 3 Photon, so that's just like amazing. Yeah, we're doing some like okay damage right now, thankfully, because, you know, rank 3 Photon, I'd hope I do some pretty good damage. But you know what, I'm not gonna like complain too much about this fight, because it is now in the past. And if this fight ever comes back, I'm gonna be very upset, because yeah, I cannot stand it. It's so boring. It's like, it's not even that hard, it's just so boring, man. Like a rank 3 Sasquatch health pool with like the unstoppable and then like the protection as well, then like the debuff immunity, it's just okay, like it's just, come on, man. That's just like, if you put this as like a defense officer, you're messed up, because yeah, it's just so boring. But yeah, the damage is looking really dry now, but I can't knock him down, because if I knock him down, I lose my debuffs, he gets the regen, and then I just can't really out damage it, because yeah, like I said, a rank 3 Sasquatch regen. But okay, I need to like breathe. Give me a second. Okay, I breathe. Okay, I'm alive. I'm alive. I took a breath, so we're chilling. I was gonna say I breathed, but I don't think that's a real word. Anyway, I'm just trying to find something to commentate about besides this fight, because oh my god, it's so boring. But okay, we're doing like 10,000 mediums now, to be fair. That's pretty good. Like, for a protection up, like, I think that's pretty great, to be fair. But yeah, still very boring. And he is honestly going down kind of well, thankfully. The Furies are just doing a ton of work right now. And you know, the fact that she's a rank 3 Photon, but we'll just brush past that. And yeah, we lost the Furies. That's not cool. That's not fun at all, actually. And the protection is like getting a lot worse now because of those Wrath of Tanarak charges. So this is getting really fun again, and I love this node so much, and I love Sasquatch so much as well, because you know, the highest health pool in the game plus damage res, oh, that's such a good idea, right? But I'm sorry, this fight I just cannot stand. Like, I seriously hate this fight so much. But like every other fight in this like game mode, I think is pretty chill, except for maybe no, I think they're like, yeah, they're all pretty chill, Maybe the long shot in the other path is pretty annoying, but even he isn't as bad as this like mess, because I'm literally doing 0 damage right there. I did 0 damage just straight up. But okay, the fight's over now, and that was like 3 minutes and 55 seconds. Holy, that is just... I'm glad that fight's gone. I am so happy it's gone. Okay, moving on, we have Werewolf by Night. Now, Werewolf by Night almost did get me in like the season when like decay was a thing. I almost did die to this fight, but then, you know, I didn't, because rank 3 Photon. Like, I'm being serious, like her being rank 3 saved me, because yeah, I was down to like 5% health, and I think it wasn't this fight, it was a different fight. I think it was the Sasquatch fight nodes, but with Werewolf by Night. And yeah, I think they're both like pretty annoying. Sasquatch more because of like the Ratatanarak charges, but Werewolf by Night has the Rupture, and that's already super annoying as well. But like with this Nota, he's honestly not too bad at all. Here I dropped the SP2, does some pretty good damage. We just missed the SP1 entirely, so that's great. And now we're just looking pretty good here. Go for the Intercept, and then check this out. I do it again. That's crazy. Like, I'm not good enough for that usually, but yeah, that's pretty wild. And then I go back in, drop it again, like drop the relic, sorry. I didn't drop anything again, but yeah, I dropped the SP2 now, so that's pretty sweet. And yeah, he drops the SP1, no big deal, and this fight is now over. And Photon, with this tactic, is just so dang crazy, man. It is honestly so satisfying. And yeah, here we have this Mysterio fight. And this one is a really fun one. I'm a fan of it, but this one doesn't go as clean as the other ones usually, because I just played it bad, so it is what it is, but you know what, no big deal. Yeah, what you want to do here is you want to just hit him, and that's like all you can do, because you don't get any power, so that's fun. But yeah, I think Photon is the best counter for this, because she cannot miss, so like the SP2 doesn't matter for her, and she is tactics, so like she doesn't reflect the damage, but like she doesn't take the damage reflection damage, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, not too bad. I did get hit there, which, you know, sucks, but it's fine. We go back in, he drops the SP1, no big deal. And yeah, we're gonna go in after this, and check this out. Like, we're gonna take 0 damage from the reflection. It's super cool. Like, check it out. There we go. See, no damage taken, and we are just chilling now. Here I dropped the nothing. I should have dropped the relic, but I didn't, so yeah, that's great. Here I drop it, yeah. And it gets parried, so that's just amazing. Then he goes unstoppable, which is just, you know, par for the course with this tactic. And yeah, there we go. The fight's over now, finally. That was not the worst, but also not the best. It is what it is. And here we have the Photon boss. Now, Photon isn't tactic, so it's a weird placement from Kabam. I guess it makes sense because like she was so popular as boss because she was still super new at the time. But yeah, Photon boss with Mantis, nothing too crazy here, and I just realized I haven't been saying some alternative options this entire time. Oh my god. Okay, I can just backtrack real quick. The future Ant-Man, you can also use Maestro. That's a way more niche counter, but okay. The Werewolf by Night and like the... who else? The Sasquatch, Titania does work, I assume, because it's Titania. And, you know, for the Mysterio, probably like any tactic attacker, like Silk maybe can work pretty well, maybe even Titania. And then for this Photon boss, I think Crossbones does pretty well. I assume Black Cat works too. And yeah, I think that's it. Okay, we're chilling. Alright, back to this fight. It's pretty boring, but you know what? Photon versus Mantis, honestly, a pretty cool fight. I like how Mantis just like shut her down completely. But like, you know, a boss Photon is just very unforgiving if like you mess up even in the slightest. So yeah, gotta watch out for that. You know, rank 3 Photon, very scary, but also very good on attack, as you saw in like the previous 4 fights. But yeah, here I dropped the SP2 again, and it does some very good damage. So yeah, sweet. Yeah, 137,000 crit there, pretty good stuff. I don't know why, like, yeah, hold on. I feel like Mantis does more damage than that usually, like in Battlegrounds. Or am I just... I swear she does more damage than that. I don't know. Maybe I'm like wrong, but okay. Maybe my Mantis is just broken right now. I gotta fix her. It's okay. It's okay. We're chilling. But yeah, here it's time for like the final SP2, and I'm also cornered right now, which is pretty fun. But there I get the Intimidate up, and this should do it. I drop the SP2 again. I charge up, get the 10 Furies, and it does some very good damage, but not enough damage. So we're still in this fight. But it's okay because she's like at what, 4%? I think we'll survive anything that she throws at us. So yeah, I bout the SP1, no big deal. Go back in, hope for some crits. I get none, which is fantastic, but then the relic just does the job. There we go. There is the first path done. I think that was the easier path, to be fair, with like a tactic attacker, but alright, it's time for path 2 though, and we have a long shot here. I skipped the other fights because you already saw them, and this long shot is very fun. I think the best option is Titania for sure. If not Titania, then Cassie Lang, but I think Photon isn't necessarily an option. Okay, to be fair, like if I didn't get hit there, it would have been a very clean fight, but I did get hit there, so that made it a not clean fight. However, I dropped the SP1, and that does pretty good damage. We have the slow active now, so that means that the unstoppable is just gone, and now we're just in a great spot here. But I go back in, get a clean intercept, to be honest, and then I drop the SP1 again, and the damage output is just kind of crazy now. Go back in, and that was a very, very fast fight right there. But like I said, I think Titania and maybe even Cassie Lang are safer options. But if you're like me with a ranked up Photon and you want to be cool, then use Photon, because yeah, Photon is just cooler. But yeah, here we have Iron Man versus Bishop. Now, Iron Man is a weird champion to me. I think sometimes he's a bit frustrating to play, but against Bishop, oh yeah, there is no frustration at all. He is just so good for him, and yeah, this matchup kind of just proves it. So yeah, we're going to go in and try to belt the special attack, which we do, or do we not? I don't know. There we go, we get it finally, and then we go back in, we get an intercept here, I believe. Yeah, look at that, so clean. And then I drop the SP2, and yeah, this matchup is now going to become a very, very fun one very, very quickly. So here I drop the SP1, I believe. No, I don't. I lied. I'm sorry. Here we drop it finally, and yeah, it does some pretty great damage, and we go back in, get 23,000 mediums, which is honestly kind of insane. And yeah, this matchup is pretty much over now. I get the dex kind of, and we're doing just crazy damage, and that's a 45,000 crit from a relic. That is okay, that's so crazy. And here is my favorite Alliance War matchup ever. This is just the best. It really is just the best. I've done it so many times, and every single time it is just so satisfying. So check this out. We're gonna drop the heavy attack, and yeah, that removes the protection. Go back in, drop the SP2, and look at this damage output. Oh my gosh, it is just so perfect. We go back in, get the combo going, get the incinerates going, and yeah, this fight is pretty much over already, so that's cool. Yeah, long shot, the best counter for this by far. Just insane for it, man. Just so good. And I go back in, drop the SP2 again, and look at the damage. it's wild. Then I drop it one more time, and this just ends the fight. Pretty good stuff there, right? Pretty good stuff. That was just really fun. Like I said, my favorite fight out of all the fights in this entire thing. But now we have this Baron Zemo fight, and oh my gosh, the ending is so funny because I had this in the bag. I don't want to give myself too many compliments, but I played this pretty dang well. But yeah, you're gonna see that even the slightest mistake in this fight just costs you the entire matchup. It's so goofy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna go in here. We're just gonna wait out the timer, right? And we're chilling. Here he drops it, no big deal. And it's time for the incinerate phase, so I just back off a bit. And once like that goes away, I'm gonna drop the SP2, and it's gonna do some pretty good damage output, right? Because it's like Hulkling, you know? So yeah, we get the unblockable, we drop the SP2, And yeah, like I said, pretty good damage output here. He drops the SP1, no big deal. I go back in, and yeah, a pretty like straightforward start to the fight. Drops the SP1 again, no big deal. And yeah, we're back into the incinerate phase, so I just have to play it slow. And I go for some pierces right now, which is, you know, ideal for like the current situation. And yeah, here the shock phase is up. I go back in, drop my combo into the SP2, and yeah, some pretty great damage here. Some nice 31,000 crits. You love to see it. And this matchup is like as good as over, right? Just like one more cycle and we're chilling. That's all I need. That's pretty much all I need. And then we're just gonna be in such a good spot. And you know, I was right. Like I was correct in thinking that. But then look at what I do. Look at what I do. I drop the SP2. Yeah, fair enough. 0 crits, that's fine. Drop that. He holds his block. Then he drops the SP1 and it does 265,000 damage. Yeah, okay. Sure, man. That's so annoying. That is honestly just so annoying. But, yeah, here we have this Mysterio fight. And, you know, I was just still in shock. Like, okay, to be fair, if I were to die like that in Alliance War, like in the real thing, I wouldn't even be mad. I would just laugh. I would just be like so like, you know, flabbergasted, I guess, because that is just insane. But yeah, here I go in, drop the heavy attack for the slow, and yeah, look at this fight. It's just gonna go by really quickly now. This one was a lot better than the other one. It was like, I think, what, a minute in the previous one. This one is like half the time. So yeah, it's a really, really good attempt. And here he drops heavy attack again. No big deal. I drop the relic, and this matchup is over. That was 38 seconds. Pretty great. Pretty great stuff. And yeah, I go for the selector now. And here I go for Mantis, because Mantis is my go-to Photon counter. And this boss fight doesn't go as well as the other one, but it's no big deal. I could have clutched it up, but then I just didn't. It's a pretty goofy ending. You're gonna see, like, yeah, I kind of just sold these last 3 fights. I mean, the other one wasn't too bad, but like, you know, the Hulkling one, that was just so goofy. But yeah, same rotation as the other Mantis fight. And like I said, for, oh wait, alternatives. Okay, let me backtrack real quick. Okay, I already covered the Venom and the Kindred, so what's next? So Longshot, Titania, Cassie Lang, the Baron Zemo. Honestly, I don't know who's like a good alternative for that one, to be fair. I think like Hulkling is the best option by far, but you can probably Herc it, to be fair. I think Herc does work for it. And who else was like on that path? Why am I forgetting? Oh yeah, the Gore, like Kushala, Tigra worked pretty well for that. Who else was there? Oh, the Bishop. Just anyone but like Nimrod, which is already a bad Bishop counter, but like I think Shocker should work pretty well, for example. And yeah, that's really about it. For Mysterio, I already said like Titania, Silk, the usuals. And for Photon right here, Black Cat, Crossbones, no big deal. But yeah, we go in here again. We're about to get the second SP2 up, and yeah, this matchup is going very well so far. Like, pretty dang well, right? I haven't made a pretty big mistake yet. We're like 54 hits in. But yeah, how do I mess this up, right? Like, this is just going so well. What can I do that could, like, you know, derail this completely? Well, first of all, don't don't underestimate me, because yeah, I can mess up the simplest things. For example, saying underestimating. But yeah, just watch, I guess. Just watch it, because I just play it so badly, I guess. I didn't even do that bad though, to be fair. Like, I don't know what I did. But yeah, we're chilling. She drops the SP2 and no big deal. Go back in, drop a combo into the heavy attack. So here we're doing pretty good, right? We're kind of chilling. Here I drop the SP2 again, and she's in pure light form. No big deal. Then she parries my relic. And yeah, now I'm kind of panicking. And how did I mess this up? How? Like, she does so much damage to me. I drop the SP1, and I just cannot believe this. I go in for that, and I get intercepted. How does that happen? Like, how is she able to do that? Like, seriously, oh my god. Anyway, like, okay, I'm not, whatever, man. I got the solo already, so yeah, I don't even care. But that's just so goofy. Okay, but yeah, that's the whole run done. Now it's time for the rewards, and yeah, I get a pretty awesome pull from my crystal. So here I buy the 7-star shards, not the loyalty shards, because I just think that the loyalty crystal, besides a few good ones, it's just like not worth it, and I already have the good ones, so I'm not really fussed about it. But yeah, before that though, I'm trying to get some more 7-star shards, so I buy this featured crystal, and I am desperately hunting Bullseye right now. He is all I need from this crystal, then I'm done. That's it. Like, I can stop buying 6-star shards from like the trader's outpost. I can just save so many resources if I pull a 6-star Bullseye. That's all I need right now, and we're gonna land on a 6-star version of Bullseye. That is perfect. That solves everything for me. I still can't believe it, to be honest, because yeah, I thought I would never get him, but yeah, there we go. Bullseye, got him. Beautiful. I'm just so proud of that. Well, I'm not proud of it, but like, I'm happy about it, really happy about it. But now it's time for the 7-star crystal, and here I want a Kindred dupe so badly. I also want a Hyperion dupe for sure. Just like anyone that has value in like battlegrounds, maybe even Alliance War attack, just something useful here, please. And yeah, there are some pretty great options, and it's gonna stop. There's Gore, there's Iron Man, who'd be pretty cool, and we're gonna land on a 7-star version of Colossus. I'll take it. That's pretty sweet. Good for Alliance War attack right now, so yeah, that's pretty awesome, to be fair. And yeah, the Bullseye just won, obviously, because it's Bullseye. I've been hunting for that guy for like so long now, and yeah, really good way to end this video. But let me know your thoughts on this video, and yes, about it from me.